lot recently, and you said we need to improve, and Joel said pretty much the same after the game on Saturday as well. I just wonder, did you expect a turnaround in form to happen quicker, and if so, what reasons do you see for it not happening just yet for you?
them this season, and they are conceding goals. Now, this is a very tough question for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. How much does he push forward, knowing that, but also, then as we heard from the captain there, if you expose yourself against this Liverpool team, it can be very dangerous.
Yes, I mean, Liverpool 9th currently in the English Premier League, albeit with a game in hand. They've won 2 of their 7 domestic league fixtures this season, held to a 3-3 draw by Brighton at the weekend at Anfield. They have a real tendency, a prolonged tendency to concede the first goal, not just this season, but the end of last as well. As you can hear, You'll Never Walk Alone starting to ring around Anfield, though the Rangers fans are going to do their best
Yes.
to try and drown that out, because that is sung at their great rivals Celtic in Glasgow as well. So I'm sure they won't particularly appreciate it, but still, it's one of the great sounds of European football. I mean, Liverpool aren't at their best. There could be a reaction. I think there will be a reaction at some point soon, but they've admitted in the camp that confidence is low as a result of some of the goals that they have conceded. Rangers, though, with a back 5 tonight, that gives you some idea, I think. They are going to go from a low base, try and block the game out, and hope to get something on the counter-attack.
Well, the flags are waving in the Kop. And let's take a bit off You'll Never Walk Alone, one of the great footballing anthems. Night under the lights at Anfield. Richard Connolly will be keeping you across Liverpool against Rangers in a fascinating section elsewhere. Tonight in Group A, it is Ajax against Napoli, who lead the way with 6 points from 6. In Group B, Porto against Leverkusen tonight. Club Brugge against Atletico. It is the Belgium side, Brugge, who lead the way on 6 points out of 6. In Group D, it is Frankfurt against Tottenham this evening, about to kick off. The other early game is still going on in that section. Marseille have just scored a 4th. Chancel and Mbemba with a brilliant finish. They are beating 10-man Sporting by 4-1, which means Marseille will join Tottenham and Frankfurt on 3 points, behind Sporting on 6, ahead of that game in Germany between Eintracht and Tottenham Hotspur. What an evening we have coming up. It is all about Group C for us, though. We've heard Bayern beating Pilsenia by 5-0, and we are about to witness and listen to Inter against Barcelona. The 2 sets of players are in the tunnel. Milan Skriniar and Sergio Busquets have just shaken hands, and we're ready for another massive Champions League night at Stadio San Siro. You are listening to UEFA Champions League Match Day Live with myself, Chris Parrott. It is fast and furious this season in the competition, and it is Match Day 3 already. You are hearing the unmistakable sound of Stadio San Siro in Milan, and Inter and Barcelona, 2 great names, 2 great famous clubs, are in the tunnel, about to walk up the steps and out onto the pitch. In this section tonight already, Bayern have beaten Pilsenia by 5-0 at home. It means that Barca and Inter kick off 6 points behind the German champions. Your commentary team for this one is going to be the former Tottenham Hotspur captain Jenna Scalacci and commentator Mark Scott. I can see Edin Dzeko already out, one of the substitutes sitting on the bench, and Mark the great and good are here. Marco Materazzi, Christian Vieri. But Inter are in need of points tonight at home to Barcelona.
Yeah, it's a hot ticket this evening, and it's a tall order for Inter based on domestic form this season. As you mentioned, they both have the same number of points on the board in this UEFA Champions League group, but there's been a stark contrast in both the way that they have performed and the points they have on the board in their respective domestic leagues. And as if this sort of encounter between 2 of the famous names at Europe's top table needs any bigger build build-up, the fact that Bayern are running away with the section already means there is so much on the line here, and by the nature that it is the back-to-back games and we've got this condensed UEFA Champions League season, it really does feel like we're in the latter stages of the competition rather than the group stage.
Players are out. The Champions League flag is ready to flutter in the centre circle. We have Lewandowski, we have Martinez, we have Busquets, Pedri, Gavi. We have superstars everywhere, and the Champions League anthem rings around. One of the great European footballing venues. Listen to that Milanese passion. They were out of this competition for a long time. So were their neighbours, AC Milan, but they're both back this year. And there's something about Milan and football and Champions League nights. Jenna, how do you expect the home team to go about this? Because they haven't been brilliant domestically. Barcelona have Robert Lewandowski, who's scoring for fun. It will be dangerous for them to go for it, but do they have to, given perhaps they need to win tonight?
I think given their slow start domestically, I think a result tonight will, I think may keep the noise around that a bit quiet. I think it's definitely not going to be easy. I think the back line are going to have to be on form for the whole 90 minutes to control the blistering pace that Barcelona have top, and of course Lewandowski, who is the main threat for them. But I don't think they're going to roll over at all. I think they're going to have to. They need a result.
They do. Slavko Vincic, the referee, is currently shaking hands with Sergio Busquets and Milan Skriniar on halfway. This one of 6 late games. Richard Connolly is going to be watching Liverpool against Rangers. Elsewhere, we have Napoli at Ajax. We have Porto against Leverkusen, Club Brugge against Atletico, and Eintracht Frankfurt against Tottenham Hotspur. One of the early games has still not finished because the Sporting team bus was stuck in traffic, so it kicked off 20 minutes late. They are losing 4-1 away at Marseille. But before the action here at Stadio San Siro, we are going to have a moment of silence. This is taking place at every UEFA match this week and is in memory of the victims of the tragedy at Kanjuruhan Stadium in Indonesia, where more than 100 people lost their lives last weekend. The footballing family will stand and will be in silence in honour of those who lost their lives. Indonesia very much in everybody's thoughts across the footballing world. So we're already almost ready for kickoff in all 6 of the late games, and we can't wait for the action here. Lautaro Martinez, who was past fit for this game, almost tries to stare down Robert Lewandowski across the centre circle. Your commentary team for this proper heavyweight clash. The former Tottenham captain Jenna Scalacci is alongside Mark Scott.
Thanks very much indeed, Chris. Yes, good evening, everyone. Well, the mouth waters when you hear Inter versus Barcelona, doesn't it? 2 of the big names in continental competition going toe-to-toe at one of the best arenas to watch European football at. It is San Siro, it is packed, it is Inter against Barcelona, and it is Barcelona who get the game underway, kicking from right to left in their changed strip of mainly all white with a red and blue stripe down the centre, and they're in possession at the moment with Eric Garcia. They look like this, we think, Barcelona. Ter Stegen in goal, Marcos Alonso making his second start for the club. Eric Garcia, Andreas Christensen and Sergi Roberto across the back. Gavi, Busquets and Pedri, the midfield trio, with Dembele, Lewandowski and Rafinha further forwards. Alonso has it left wing for Barcelona at the moment, just outside the inter-penalty area, and already they're dictating the play and finding their rhythm and moving the ball from side to side, with Inter trying to close down the space. Dembele tries to knock one into the area, doesn't manage to do so, but Barcelona retain possession, and we've played just under a minute and Inter haven't been able to get a kick of the ball so far. Dembele hugging that right touchline in towards Lewandowski, firm challenge through the back of him, but Barcelona retain possession, collected by Alonso on the left-hand side. This is all in the Inter half, and all of the play so far has been taking place in the Inter half of the pitch. Dembele collects once again and gets the whip ball in, which is deflected behind for an early corner to Barcelona. Good start from the visitors, Jenna.
Yeah, excellent start, keeping possession there for the opening stages of the match there, and playing very high into Milan's half there, just shifting the ball. There was no real urge to get the ball forward. They were happy just keeping possession there, but started off with a corner.
Corner comes in then, and Arna decides to stay. It's gone all the way across to Ousmane Dembele, who collects on the left. Barcelona keeping up their fast start to the game. Knock forwards towards Alonso. Alonso back to goal, still shielding it well. Has the challenge from Matteo Darmian through the back of him, but Barcelona recycle it once again. They're moving it very nicely. They have it with the blonde-haired Sergi Roberto on the right side now. And now it's just in the centre circle, and still Barcelona ball at the moment. Very composed start to the match. Pedri, who's always so composed on the ball, knocks it to the left, and Alonso quickly into Lewandowski. Crisp exchange of passes from Barcelona on their left-hand side, but then a poor pass from Pedri gives it away, and all of a sudden it looked as though Lautaro Martinez could have been away. That was a gift that he wasn't able